Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy, Luis Portelles, and for today, we're going to be talking about Miss Universe 2022, the preliminary competition, but this time around is the best in evening gown. Just similar to a video that I just posted a few moments ago, this is not going to be like a ranking video or anything like that. I'm simply exposing my 16 standouts in no particular order. I want to save my time and energy to really focus on my final prediction of the show, which is going to come probably tomorrow. I mean, just a few hours before of the competition. So I just hope that you guys, as usual, enjoy this video, find some sort of value in it. And if you do, don't forget to support the channel by liking the video, leaving a comment, and of course, subscribing. Um, you already know the drill. I'll bring my visuals on the screen as well as a little bit of music because, I mean, it's pageantry. Let's have fun. Let's make this experience. So here we have our music and here we have our visuals. Of course, the first candidate that I wanted to talk about is none other than Miss Vietnam. Nok Chao has been living up to everyone's expectation this year by giving us a flawless performance, and the evening gown presentation was no exception during preliminaries. You know what I really like about Vietnam is that they always think outside of the box in terms of the activity, in terms of the design, and this dress is a perfect reflection of that. I mean, quite literally a butterfly on stage. When most people will have this type of ideas for a national costume or for other moments during the competition, maybe some of the activities, she really went ahead and included it in the preliminary gown, which is such an important statement gown, which can, make or break your chances of cracking the top 16 during finals. So, anyways, I think that Nok Chao looks absolutely amazing. Her body is on point. The face, the hair, everything is, mesmerizing. And of course, the quality and the beauty of this dress is just the cherry on top of it. On top of it for me. So let's move on to the next one is Miss Bahrain. And actually, I am beyond excited with Miss Bahrain. If you guys watch my video that I just posted about the swimsuit, she was also within my top 16 standouts. So I think that Bahrain this year has been, very, very surprising. I think that, you know, she's been on my radar for quite some time, but for a while, I did not really have her within my top 16 early favorites or even after the arrival. But man, during the preliminary competition, she really showed up and proved that she's capable of doing this. And that not only that, she doesn't have to bend and to accommodate other people, she can do everything that everyone is doing by even following her traditions and, the the culture that she comes from. She doesn't have to separate herself from that. So not only is a very refreshing thing to watch on stage, but also I think that it's a very strong message. And you know that this year is all about leadership and being transformational. So I think that Bahrain has a very strong message right here. Let me know how do you feel about her. But overall, from head to toe, I love the look. I love the fabric covering the hair. It's just breathtaking, and it really showcases her silhouette so beautifully. So I know that this is coming from a Filipino designer, so shout out, incredible work. Moving on to Angola. Actually, Angola, I think that she looked breathtaking during the evening gown presentation. And also, I will add, she also looked incredible during the swimsuit presentation. I did not include her in my top 16 for the swimsuit, but honestly, she was right there. I think that she was in the top 20 for me. But I just want to say, with this particular gown, I think that first of all, I just love the way that it fits her. I just love the way that it covers so much, but at the same time, it shows a little bit of skin because we get a lot of leg up in here. And at the end of the day, it really brings the attention to her face, the hair, just how beautiful she looks. I mean, she's a stunning woman already to begin with. So for me, it's just like a very balanced gown that is giving me the best of everything, design, fashion, and at the same time, just the girl herself. So let me know, how do you feel about Angola? Really a front runner in my opinion. Oh, this was a very surprising candidate for me. Germany, actually, the last time that I had a live stream here on the channel with Tita Lavinia, Tita was commenting about Germany, and it kind of made me, question myself: Have I been overlooking Germany? Well, I think that the preliminary competition is the confirmation of that because Germany showed up and showed out on stage with the evening gown presentation. More precisely, I think that this was definitely my favorite because of the design of it. I think that already when you look at the gown itself, let's forget about the fabric around it, right? This could have been like a very effective gown, but the fact that they added this sort of fabric around it that makes it, adds a little bit more volume, a little bit more color, because otherwise it would just be like a silver gown that we have seen over and over again. This really separates it from everyone else. Actually, she was one of the candidates that surprised me the most in terms of her gown and just how beautifully she presented herself on stage, with the time that she had to do so. So I thought that this was a great moment, to the point that I'm also kind of wondering, is Germany going to be able to crack the top 16? I'm hoping, because the competition is really, really fierce this year, but I think that she has proved that she kind of deserved a spot. I don't know if you guys agree. Ooh, let's talk about Venezuela. Of course, one of the favorites. And, I'm being quite honest when I tell you that initially there were kind of like mixed emotions about Venezuela, especially on social media. I was seeing some people really, really happy with the gown. Some people like when I kind of like questioning the decision making. And I was kind of like in the middle. But the more that I watch this photo and this gown, the more that it grows on me. I think that I liked everything about it except for the color. I was just not crazy about this tone, this shade of green. I think that it's kind of like a highlight green that it just, is very aggressive to the eyes. But I think that it's also something very different from what we're used to seeing from Venezuela. Every single year for the past few years, I personally have been asking, we need something new. Like sometimes the girls can be so, stuck in their ways and their trainings that they forget to have fun on stage. And I think that Amanda has been so good at really breaking the mold and just showing herself as an individual, all through her preparation, through her looks, and of course through her presentations on stage. And I think that this gown really embodies all of that. So for all of those reasons, it really holds a special place, and I will include it within my top 16. Now, Thailand. Wow, 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 wow. This might look like a very simple gown for a lot of people, but quite frankly, I was really, really surprised. And it was actually one of my viewers during my live stream who made me realize what this was. So, if you look closely at Thailand's gown, it is made out of, like the little metallic piece on the cans. When you open it, it's made out of that. And this is a very meaningful thing for Anna because we all know about her past and her parents, just being poor people coming from a very poor background, even as they say, like sometimes like picking up cans and stuff to make a living, to make ends meet. So I think that the fact that she was able to take herself out of that poverty and change the course of her life, and literally go to Miss Universe and include that as an element in the gown that will make her shine in front of the universe is such a powerful, impactful message, And once again, this year, I'm not just looking for pretty faces and beautiful gowns. I'm looking for a strong message, a transformational leader. And that's exactly what this gown embodies for me. And of course, Anna's performance, there's not much to criticize. Okay, this girl is ready, she knows what she's doing, and she is there to accomplish it. So it was just a joy to watch from beginning to end. And Davino Kerry, such a refreshing surprise as well. First of all, as I said during my live stream, when I think of colors for gowns, brown is not necessarily the first option that comes to mind. So it's already very apart from what I would normally expect on stage. But I think that Endavi, this is not brown, this is like a bronze color. So it has that metallic vibe as well. And in combination with her skin, it just looks luxurious. Like she looks like $1 million right here. Her performance was absolutely stunning. She looked so elegant, so in her element, like she was in control on that stage. I will also give a shout out for to Endavi right here for changing it up, with the hair as well, because already we were living for the hairstyle up until this point in the competition, but she gave us one hairstyle during the introduction and the swimsuit presentation, and then she changed it up. She came with I don't want to call this a ponytail, but like she put the hair up for the evening gown presentation. So thinking outside of the box, Um, South Africa always doing the most at Miss Universe, and we love it. I mean, that's one of the reasons why they are, in their own right, a powerhouse. Moving on, we have Peru. I think that Peru looked absolutely stunning here. I think that Alessia, it is certified. Her color is red. There were red elements in her national costume, and she looked incredible. And this particular gown, even though it might seem quite simple, especially for some of the gowns that we saw yesterday during the preliminary competition, it's a very effective gown, at least in my humble opinion. I think that the fact that it's such a saturated shade of red, and the fact that she goes with a red lip, complementing her tan skin and her blonde hair. Mm. Oh my God, this woman looks like she belongs in Hollywood. Red carpets, just bring her, fly her to LA already. I will add as well, when it comes to the presence overall, I'm really happy with Alessia, not just during this particular segment, but even during the swimsuit presentation as well. And at this point, I'm kind of wondering what she's going to do for finals, because I think that she really elevated everything that she has been doing so far. So, how can you go even beyond all of that? Let me know, how do you feel about Alessia and her performance so far? Now, at number 9, but once again, no ranking here, we have Italy. How do we feel about Italy? I feel like there has been a lot of buzz around her, especially since it was announced that some of her designs were going to be made by a famous Italian designer. You know, Italy is considered by many one of the fashion capitals of the world. So, of course, we all had very high expectations. I'm going to be honest with you. The gown is not really, really out there, or as crazy as I was expecting it to be, but honestly, I enjoyed her performance so much. I think that truthfully, this was perhaps one of the most simple gowns that we saw on stage. You know, sometimes they will go for, one color, but there will be like some stoning, and there will be this and that. This is really just fabric and this like snake design that she has across her chest. Pretty much it. But the way that she carried the gown, it truly proved, the expression that is not the gown or the clothes that you're wearing, is truly who is wearing it. And she gave us a performance that, illustrated precisely that. So I'm so excited for her. I cannot wait to see what she's going to do during finals. I am crossing fingers to see her um, during that, within that top 16. And to be honest, I think that she can go even further than that. Why not top 5? Why not top 3? Why not Miss Universe? We shall see. At number 10, we have Devita Rai representing India. Of course, I have talked about her extensively here. As I said before, I even have a separate video just about her full performance, not on YouTube because it got blocked, but you guys can watch it on Facebook. So go find my Facebook account. But Devita, she's just doing her thing. And I am really, really happy. I'm really happy to see that she is not cracking under the pressure, because there's a lot of pressure on her. I'm actually really happy to see that she's just deciding to showcase herself as she is and highlight her strengths. I talked extensively about her gown, but I will say that for me, what I like the most about it is that how it is unique compared to everyone else. She went pretty much with the top part and the bottom as two independent parts of the gown. It's almost like she's wearing a crop top and a skirt, but of course in a very beautiful and elevated way. No one else did this, so for me she stood out for the right reasons. And when you zoom on this photo, of course I cannot zoom here, but if you go and look for the photos, for the videos, go on her Instagram and check it out. There is just so much attention to detail that, it's just a standout in my opinion. Moving on, we have Puerto Rico. And I know. Some of you are going to say, Luis, during the live stream, you were not really so crazy about this gown. And here's what I'm going to say. It kind of grew on me. I like the gown because I really like the design. I like the stones. I think that although it's the type of gown that we are used to seeing in pageantry, so it's nothing revolutionary, it fits Ashley very, very well. And of course, the girl herself, once again, and the performance do matter a lot. And I think that Ashley was able to really take it, above and beyond, to really elevate the gown herself. The part that I'm not crazy about here is just the neck, because when I see this type of necks on a gown, it just reminds me a little bit of my auntie. I don't know, but everything else, if I just close my eyes for a second and I imagine that the neck is not there, this gown is a home run. and Ashley's performance was one of the best, in my opinion. So there you go. That's the reason why you have Ashley on my topics, even though the neck needs to go. Moving on, we have Curacao. This girl, as I said before, she came out of quarantine just willing to take the competition by storm. And I think that this gown is reflective of that. She looks incredible. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. I like that this color is kind of, what do you call this color? Is it emerald? It's not emerald. Is it turquoise? I'm not even sure. But anyways, she looks stunning. I love the design of the gown. I love how they added some fabric as well on the arms to make it more grand, more flowy, more dynamic. It's fun. It's really eye-catching on stage. And I think that the styling as well was very efficient here. Her makeup is flawless. Look at the jawline. Look at the contour, and I love that she just went minimalistic with the hair, with a bun at the back of the head, and the earrings to really showcase a little bit more, bring the attention to the face. But the gown itself is beautiful. It's a little bit see-through, so we can see some skin with the legs. So although it might seem like it's covering a lot, she's still giving us legs and shoulders. So how do you feel about it? Lots of people saying that she's a potential winner. I don't know. We shall see when I post my final predictions. Colombia. Such a beautiful woman. I mean, we have said that over and over again. Such a strong contender as well, contestant this year. And one thing that I will say is that the gown is rather simple and is rather a predictable color. I will tell you that for sure. But at the same time, man, it just brings her, like, it brings out the best in her. She looks absolutely breathtaking. When she came on stage, I just couldn't take my eyes off her. And I think that a big part of it is just how she carried herself, how she presented it, how she sold the story, and also the overall package, because if you remember during the show, the camera really took the time to show her face, to just bring the attention to her bone structure, the makeup, the hairstyle. And I think that when you when you blend everything together, it really complements it. So it's not just about the gown. For me, really, it was truly about the performance and not just what she's wearing. Okay, we're almost there. Now let's talk about Philippines. Celeste Cortesi. This was a little bit of a controversial gown because I saw so many people extremely happy with the gown. I saw some people complaining about the design as well. And as you know, we're all entitled to our opinions. Personally, I am very happy with it because not only this is a gown that is very meaningful for Celeste, there is a strong message behind it. So I'm really sure that she was, behind this entire thing. And sometimes something that we forget as fans, as members of the pageant community, is that the girls and their organizations have a say in their styling and what they want to portray out there, and how they want to do it. So sometimes we should be a little bit more respectful of people's decisions and opinions. Um, I think that, talking more about the gown and the design, it really accentuates Celeste's body. I mean, the silhouette is just flawless. It brings the attention to, the breast. My girl, she has the hourglass type of body, the hips, and of course, it reveals a little bit on the legs as well. Some people were saying that they were not crazy about the leg part, but I saw a lot of people complimenting USA, and they had arguably a very similar design on the leg part. So at the end of the day, as I said earlier, to each their own, but I am very, very happy with Celeste's gown. I am very happy with her styling. And most importantly, I'm really happy with how much she was enjoying the moment. Just look at that smile. That is worth $1 million already. Now let's talk about the USA. I was actually just quoting her earlier before. And I think that honestly, one of the highlights for me of the entire thing, I would go as far as to say that maybe if I was ranking this list, she will be at my number one. Maybe. I'm not revealing for sure just yet. But USA, I think that she took a lot of the things that I have complimented about other contestants, and she just included them all in one single gown. It's the design, this, we get enough coverage, we get enough skin, we get some sexy parts, we get more like grand and more like, type of red carpet moments, especially with how do you call it, what she's wearing here around the arms. Is that a boa? It's not a boa. It's you get what I'm trying to say, so I just think that it really made her stand out for all of the right reasons. Even in terms of the colors, I think that it's one of the few gowns that I saw that was kind of like blending some colors effectively, because others did, but not always in the best way. So personally, I'm just over the moon, no pun intended to her national costume, with our Bunny's performance. Let me know, how do you feel? But I know that a lot of people loved her performance, so I just want to know if we are on the same page. And this is officially the last one on my list. And as I said, last but not least, I want to talk about Cambodia. I honestly love, 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 love this gown for Cambodia. I think that Manita looked incredible. And, I think that it was a very smart decision, because it's kind of a mix between a suit and a gown. And it really sets her apart from everyone, because no one had anything even close to this idea. You all know that I'm a fan of purple, so I love the color scheme of the gown itself, and at the same time, thinking of the message this year at Miss Universe and what they're looking for, the entire transformational leader thing. I think that this gown is perhaps the perfect illustration of that representation. It goes from the suit, which is often associated to a male figure, like a figure that is in control, in power, and then it goes down to a very sexy and revealing dress, which we often associate more with womanhood, and more precisely with beauty queens, of course. So I think that it really shows the best of both worlds. Now, of course, this is an open conversation, so you guys let me know, how do you feel about it. I cannot wait to read your comments and interact with them as well. Miss Universe is only a few hours away. I mean, a day and a few hours away. So tomorrow I will be posting officially my final predictions for the competition, and I'm excited to see how you guys are going to react to that. And of course, after that, to share the Miss Universe experience with all of you simultaneously. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying until the end. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you soon with more content. Until then, stay safe, be kind to one another, and don't forget that I love you. Hugs. Bye, everyone.